Hello YouTube, checking some levels here real quick. Conti's still gonna play in the background for a minute. A little bit of a late stream. I was messing around with the AutoRig Pro add-on for Blender and trying to see if I could rig an unconventional rig for it. It's mainly for bipedal rigs. Well, not bipedal rigs, but rigs for sort of pre-existing kinds of creatures and characters and things. But I watched a video about how you can rig sort of unconventional things with it, and I was messing with it, and it's kind of funny to see how it turns out even when it doesn't totally work. So I figured I would... Bunch of sirens outside, jeez, perfect timing. I'm gonna mess around with that and see how the results go, see if I can get something working reasonably well. And let me switch up my audio here now. Get Zelda and Chill going. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. Probably won't be on for too long tonight, but I'm gonna mess with this rig stuff and see if I can get AutoRig Pro to kind of do what I want it to, or if I might just have to rig this one without it eventually. But I think I'll probably be able to get it to work. I'm gonna mess around with it. I want to learn how to use it better anyway, so this is a good trial and error kind of thing. You guys can hang out and watch, ask questions if you feel like it. I'll be checking the chat and all that, so whatever you want to do, it's cool with me. I'm gonna get started. Oh, is this sped up? I was like, why does that sound so crazy? Here we go. Let's try that again. Poor Zelda and Chill. There we go. Much better. Alright, let me get rid of this bump. Bring up my display. Cool. And so this is what we're working with. So I'm trying to rig this guy. I said I wasn't going to rig, I said I was going to wait, but here we are, we're rigging this guy. Trying to get it to work. And I'm trying to use the conventional leg bones. My idea was, for this rig, to have an individual bone for each of these sections so that it'll bend in a really realistic kind of way. But AutoRig Pro doesn't let you add multiple segments to legs. You can only have so many. So this is actually the toe, this is the foot, this is the lower leg, I think, this is the upper leg, and this is kind of the third leg option, third hip section, kind of. So I'm trying to see if this will work, more or less, because that was one of the things I saw in the video for unconventional rigging. They rigged a spider using that third rig section, and you can turn the IK on for it, and it kind of works pretty well. And this is just a spine bone, not a head bone, because that'll connect easily to the legs, and it'll control really well, and I don't need any deformation in the head or anything, so that should work reasonably well, in theory. One of the things though so far is that I haven't been able to get the skinning to work. I don't think it's gonna work because this character's so weird, but that's fine. I can always do the weights myself. That's not a big deal. But yeah, I just figured I'd see which of these approaches kind of works the best, and I'll let you guys watch because it's kind of funny to see how everything turns out. And I'm gonna get going here. So one thing I was trying to do is kind of even out these bones. So like these bones here probably could be another section lower, but they have to end there because I want them to bend on the connection points, not on the sections themselves. And again, I don't think this is gonna work, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Or it's not gonna work, like, I mean, in theory it'll work, but it just won't be doing exactly what I want it to. So, in fact, I might even bring these down lower because it keeps wanting to, whatchamacallit, skin these bones to the head, and I don't want that. So maybe they're too close, so maybe I can have those bones all the way to there just be straight out and non-movable, and then they can start actually functioning down there, and that'll give me a little bit more room to play with down here anyway. Maybe I'll move this down another section, something like right there. So now this will be a straight section, this will be a straight section, and this will be a straight section. So it's not exactly, and in fact this probably could be up more. So this one will be up here instead. And now they're a little bit more, maybe I can move this up as well. And then they'll be more evenly distributed. That's not bad. I feel like, would this one be better down here? Because that's going to be a curved section. Or do I want that to be able to be broken up more? I think that might be better actually, ultimately. Okay, so let me take this, make sure it's parented to this. Okay, I think it is already. And then this one, same thing. Okay, cool. Okie dokie. So now I'm going to try and do this thing and actually bind it using the automatic feature, and see if now that I move these bones further back they won't keep trying to bind to the head, because I really don't want that. And also maybe the orientation of this would help if it was like out here. That would kind of help it show that that's the head, and that I don't want to bind to that. Maybe I could even push it out further. Does it need to be there to create a pivot point there? I actually don't know how that works. What's up, Darth Hylian? Darth Hylian says, Ayo. Nice to see ya. Playing with some rigging. I was just explaining. Just trying to see if I can fool around with AutoRig Pro enough to create an unconventional rig like this with it that actually does more or less what I want it to. I'm not expecting this to work, but the results might be kind of funny. See how it goes. So now I'm going to match to rig. So we have our rig. It is not yet connected, but you can see this is how it would move in theory if it was connected. And you can also grab the feet and move them like this, and it'll bend and all that good stuff, in theory. So now the tricky part of trying to see if the automatic binding will bind correctly. So I've tried this a couple times with not much success. Let me get rid of all these and skill fix. And we'll give it a shot, see what happens. Okay, in theory it's binded now. That was fast, wasn't it? So now, let's go to pose mode. I know it's going to give me horrible errors on the feet, because it always does. Okay, so part of it always does that, where it doesn't quite bind these vertexes for some reason. I'm not worried about that, I can fix that easily. But, so, I want to see how this is working now. Like, if I rotate this, it's going to bend that. That's horrifying. Let's see if I rotate this. Okay, so I don't like, that's not, that actually kind of works. So I don't totally like that, but let's see how this is working now. So if I move this dude, alright, and I need to do the three IK leg thing. 3 bones IK. Okay, so now this is probably a little better. So it moves like this. And see it, that bone didn't connect to anything, I see, interesting. So it's moving freely, okay. And then if I move the head, okay, at least the head is a separate piece now, so that part worked. But yeah, this is obviously not quite the result that we wanted. It's something though. It's better than I thought it would be, based on the last couple tries, and see, each section isn't bending independently. which, I don't know, I really want them to all bend independently. So that's going to be my goal for tonight, is to go from this to something like this where all the sections bend independently, and I can still use the AutoRig Pro to somehow make that work. Not sure if it's possible, but it'll give me a chance to learn AutoRig Pro more in depth and try out some of their different options, and it'll give me some interesting results at the very least. So what I'm going to do now is go back to before I bound this, which I think is here, perhaps here. Okay, yeah, probably right here. Okay, so now I'm going to go into this, and I'm going to go back to the AutoRig Pro menu. Darth Hylian says, yeah, this is definitely unique, so I wouldn't expect it to be easy. Yeah, not with AutoRig Pro. It would actually be probably pretty easy to just, you know, manually create an IK chain with all the bones, but I want to see if I can get AutoRig Pro working, because I like its features and I like how these controllers work and all that stuff. So it'll be cool for animating. But yeah, it's got a few problems for sure. To try to do something as strange as this, it's not really made for that. But I was watching a video where they do that, and so they kind of show some options for unconventional rigs, so I'm gonna give it a go still. Let's see here. So edit reference bones. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get rid of these leg chains completely, because they're obviously not gonna do what I want them to. In terms of giving me a rig that will, you know, giving me a bone for each of these sections. So one thing I was kind of playing with was these chain spline IKs, which I can create as many sections as I want. The problem is I think this is for like ropes and stuff, so they don't actually work. They sort of, like, when you pull them, it'll pull the thing down, and they don't exactly work as expected. But I think what I'm going to do is just run them backwards, and I think that might actually work. This is my first strategy that I'm going to try. So we're going to do that now. So how many sections do I need here? I think, so if I use the foot as one up to this part, that would be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and the last one would be 14. The last one doesn't necessarily need to be movable though. I can make that part of the head, so I think 13? Let's try, I feel like I tried 13 before and I wound up needing one more, but I'm going to try 13. Okay, so spline count for 13, and I'm going to do... Oh, you can choose the controller parent. C-spline tip parent and controller parent. Interesting. So maybe I wouldn't have to flip it then. End controller and tip controller parent. I think I'm gonna still try to flip it, because I think that just has something to do with the overall functionality. So I'm gonna make this the spine root. No, wait. Is that talking about... No, spline is different from spine. So actually, let me make that what it should be. This is how it started, right? I hope. Ah, shoot. Okay. So let's do that again. 13. I think I got confused. I thought it was talking about the spine. Maybe we'll mess with that after. For starters, let me try and see if deform and update transforms. What is deform? Okay, that's fine. I think. So I'm gonna create leg L, or I should do L leg. I'm gonna call it, what are the advanced options? I can add an interpolation. Oh, linear interpolation. I think that's what I want. Possibly. Interesting. Okay, and then I can choose a master parent. So I'm gonna guess that maybe linear is what I want. We'll try that. And then, yeah, let's hit OK. Let's start with that. Okay, so now we have 13 sections. And I think what I'm gonna do, like I was saying, is flip it. Oops, is there a way to do that easily? Let me see. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna flip it and move it over here. I'm gonna start aligning these where I want them to go. So this is gonna go somewhere around the tip of the foot. This is gonna go past the ankle to this first bone because I want them to work and function together, which I didn't think through when I was modeling it. It's actually probably not the way that I would have gone, but for now I'm gonna stick with that because I already made that mistake. I might fix it at some point, we'll see. Okay, so then, oops, grab this one, move it up here. You guys looking forward to Thanksgiving? We're doing ours tomorrow. And we're getting barbecue. We're going unconventional. And I'll probably still stream tomorrow anyway, and on Thanksgiving. Because I'll probably not be we're kind of doing for lunch, I think, so I probably won't be completely dead by the time it's time to stream. I'll probably be awake again after having fallen asleep. You're doing it this weekend, actually, Darth Hylian? Yeah, see, it's kind of an arbitrary day. I don't see any reason why you can't mix it up. Sometimes if everybody's schedules don't align, that's the best thing to do, I think. Just kind of move the day around a little. Yeah, I'm gonna eat a bunch of barbecue and then I'm gonna go to sleep. Probably for a while. And then I'll be hopefully awake in time to stream. I think I should be. I think it'll be fine. I'm gonna try to stream all the way through this week and not take a day off. Because I want to keep it alive and keep it growing. Hopefully. I've been playing, finally, I sat down and played last night the Mario RPG remake. Man, is that game fun. And it's absolutely beautiful. Say what you will about Nintendo, they know how to make beautiful, beautiful looking games. That game looks so good. I feel like, me personally, I felt totally fine paying the money for it just for how beautiful the remake looks. And it also plays really well on top of that. But I mean, it's super gorgeous. Darth Eileen asks, are you doing Black Friday deals? I'm gonna watch out for games and graphics cards. Dude, I could use a new graphics card. I think I'm gonna wind up upgrading my whole computer. Because my, what you call it? My, my C drive is very low on space, so I keep having to delete stuff. It's very annoying. So I don't think there's any way around that other than just getting a new computer. And this one's pretty old anyway. But yeah, graphics card. I'm gonna look out for deals on Complete Computers, or maybe if there's a site that builds your computer for you and they have a good deal, I might do something like that. If they have like a really cool payment plan that lets me pay monthly, Otherwise, I can't really swing it right now, but I might look out for some stuff like that. Maybe wishful thinking, but we'll see. Even a new graphics card, though, would be good. Yeah, definitely. I think I don't really have any games that I want that I don't have right now, though. Maybe Alan Wake, I kind of want to try that. I don't have time for that many games though right now anyway. Jai Thylian says, yep, Mario RPG is nice. It's charming and addictive, pretty funny sometimes too. Yeah, I think so. It's really nice, and charming is a good word. Yeah, and it's got some jokes. There was one part that, there was a couple parts that made me chuckle already. I forgot what they were, but yeah, it's really it's a wonderful good vibes kind of game so far. I'm really digging it. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so now I want to duplicate and mirror this. Ooh. It's considered a middle limb, so it won't mirror it. That's okay. I'll just duplicate it. Oops. And we got an error. Nicely done. Okay. Try that again. What? Why? Oh no. I didn't get errors when I tried to duplicate this before. Did I choose the wrong spine? What is this exactly? Limb options. Spline IK. No, it should work. Not sure why that's happening. Ooh. Problem. And is this the lag it's bringing back? What is this? Here. Let me start by, what if I just matched a rig for starters? Okay, so I've got some weird controls. And how does this work now? Is this doing what I expect it to? Ooh, interesting. Not really. This is... Yeah, see, this is what I was getting before, how it's like a chain or like a rope being pulled. Not what you want for this. Is this a master? Oh, okay. If this is a master, this might work yet. Let's try... Yeah, okay. I wish it would, but see, it's still, oh, okay, so it's stretching now. So I wish it would rotate more, like this, here. But, these rotate. Okay, maybe we're getting somewhere. It's not perfect. Let me see. Now if I go back to edit reference bones, let me try to duplicate this again. Sometimes with AutoRig Pro it'll give you errors until it doesn't. Like it's just something you did before is causing it to act funny. Let's try that again, because I definitely duplicated it before. Nope. Maybe it's because I tried to mirror it. Okay, it definitely doesn't want to duplicate now. I wonder why that is. Darth Hylian says, looking for Megaman style indie games. 30XX looks good and Gravity Circuit gets great reviews. I will get those for Switch. I haven't heard of either of those. 30XX and Gravity Circuit. They're Mega Man-like. I might have to check that out. That sounds cool. I don't play a lot of indie games recently. I'm trying to think what's the last indie game. Oh, I really want to play Sea of Stars. That's one game I want to pick up, yeah. That looks cool. Still thinking about that one. What do I do about this? This is such a strange problem. because this is a regular spine. I know why I can't duplicate that. But this I should in theory be able to have as many of these as I want. It's just giving me this error. Maybe I would have to start fresh with a rig that didn't have legs. That might be a problem. Or let me try this actually. I'm gonna save it and try to reopen this file and see if it still gives me the error. Let me close my display really cool. Or actually, I think I can just... I don't think it'll close. I don't think I... Oh, actually, to clear the cache, I probably have to close it. Here, give me 1 sec. Let me close that. Reopen. Okay. Back on. Okay, let's see if that fixes it. Nope. Still the same error. Darth Vader says, yep, 30XX and Gravity Circuit are pixel side scroller Megaman inspired games. Check them out. Okay, cool. We'll do. There was another side scroller game that looked really cool that was an indie that I never picked up. It was called it's pretty old now. It was called Iconoclasts, I think. That looked kind of fun. Yeah, I never picked it up though. Can I just add another one? Like add another with all the same and just copy all the same stuff and I'll just have to line it up again? Yeah, I can add another one, so I just can't copy it for some reason. Okay, whatever. No biggie. Actually, maybe I should see before I do that if this is going to work the way I want it to. So let me see if I can parent these. Okay, and then see how it behaves now that I've parented it. Okay, so now we have this. Oh, but it doesn't, it just moves the whole thing. Yeah, so that's not what I want. This one doesn't do anything. This one rotates the whole chain, which is also not super useful. And this one will... Yeah, it's definitely not doing what I want it to, though. So that'll stretch. This will do that weird pulling through kind of thing, which is really interesting. That could be cool for something, but not for this. Yeah, so this I think has become a failure. Just looking at the rig, I don't even have to... Well, it'll be funny to see how it attaches though, so I'll just attach it for the hell of it. But yeah, I think this first strategy is not a success. Yeah, we'll just skin it for fun though. I'm just curious how it'll handle it anyway. So let's scale fix, let's get rid of all this, and bind. I'm really curious to see how that's going to act, because it's so strange. Yeah, look how weird that is. It pulls it through like a rope, which is really cool, but definitely not what I want. Look at this. This is a mess. It's so funny. Alright, so what does this do then? So this just moves the whole thing. I know those vertices aren't connecting for some reason. And then this will rotate the entire, and it connected that other leg too, which is interesting. So that'll rotate the whole thing. And then if you grab this, yeah, this is definitely for like ropes or something. This does this weird thing. It doesn't quite bend the way you would expect it to though. It's like a retractable, like if you had like a hook shot or something and you're gonna shoot it, it's like something like that it would be for, but it's really odd. And then what do these controllers actually do? They don't seem to do much. Oh, okay. So you can, oh, you can yank on them, okay. Oh, okay, wait a minute. So you could do this. Oh, interesting. Wait a minute. Maybe not totally worthless. So you could control it like this. You would have to pull each one though. That's really not very good for animating. That would not be great. This controller moves the whole thing separately. That's so cool, but yeah, it's just clearly not what it should be at all. Yeah, very interesting. Okay. Well, that was fascinating. Gonna undo all that, unbind it, and then let's edit these bones. So I'm gonna get rid of this because that's not doing what I want. Now there's another option that I could try that I haven't tried yet. Darth Hylian says, ordered Sea of Stars physical copy. The graphics are perfect. That's awesome. I didn't know they were doing. Oh yeah, well, yeah, they are doing physical for those. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I was surprised how good their pixel graphics are, and how what's the word? They're complex. They're not just normal pixel graphics like you would have on the Super Nintendo. There's a lot of interactivity, and there's a lot of there's actual lighting and stuff. I think it's really cool how they did all that. It looks really awesome. Yeah, I can't wait to play that game. I want to play that, so I have to pick that one up for sure. Mario RPG distracted me, so I wound up getting that one first. Excuse me. So now I'm gonna try this other thing, chain bendy bones, which is I think it's a different kind of chain, but it might be what I'm looking for. Who knows? It might wind up being exactly the same kind of chain. I don't know, but interesting. Oh, so there's segments and there's... Oh, is this like bones that'll deform? Because that might not be what I want. Each bone has its own deformation or something? Is that what this is? So what if I bring this down to 1, and then I'll bring this up to 13. And let's just be optimistic and pretend it's going to work and name it left leg. And let's say it's on the left side. Okay, it even has a side option. Okay, so this is pretty promising, I think. Let's start lining this up a bit. I'm not going to flip it because I don't know if it has that same problem as the other chain did. But we'll find out, that's for sure. I have a feeling it might now, just because the way it's oriented to begin with is sort of suggestive of that, I guess. But we'll see. So I'm going to move this up here. Let me turn on my transparency. Yeah, I went really crazy on some retro games recently too. I was playing the Hitman games, Hitman Blood Money. I still keep going back to Blood Money and playing different missions, trying to solve them different ways. That game's so fun. I played Contracts for the first time, which I didn't even know that game existed. Which is weird because I'm a fan of the Hitman games, but I just somehow missed that one. I guess I thought that was some sort of an offshoot or something. I didn't know it was an actual full game. That was pretty fun. Played through Silent Assassin, the second one, and that one is probably the most janky out of all of them that I played, because I didn't play the first one ever. It's too janky, I can't do it. But the second one is like right on the border of the amount of jank I'm willing to accept and still play. It has some great missions though. I love the mission where you go to what is it, Malaysia, and you're in the hotel and you have to like find a way to sneak your way down into the basement and assassinate the dude who's at the computer, and then you have to go assassinate his twin brother who's in the jacuzzi with all the girls. It's so funny. That was a great couple of levels in that game. And there's lots of interesting ways you can solve them. I played some Hitman demo that had Snoop Dogg in it, Darth Eileen says. What? Snoop Dogg? That must have been one of the newer games. Yeah, they sort of went in a different direction for the more recent Hitman games. At least with Absolution, that's the one that everybody sort of makes fun of because of how rough it was. But I heard that they sort of hit their stride with the next two, and they weren't bad. So yeah, it must have been one of the more modern ones that had Snoop Dogg in it. I never heard of that. That's funny. What was he doing in the game? Was he just a character who you can assassinate, or was he an NPC or something? It's pretty funny. Really excited to see what this chain is going to do and how it's different than the other one. I hope this will solve my problem. But I'm not going to hold my breath until it's done. Let's see here. This last section, right about... Is that where it ends? Oh yeah. Okay. And so... now I've got all this. Let me move that over. Kind of center it. Okay, looks pretty good. Now in theory I should be able to duplicate and mirror this one. Yeah, okay, that works fine. I don't know why the other one gave me so many errors. Cool, so let's parent these ends. Oh, you can parent them. Okay, that's a good sign. Or at least it seems like you can. Sometimes that doesn't work. We'll see. And then, oh, don't do that. Oh, match to rig. Got some controllers, and let's see what this looks like this is going to be doing. So if I, oh, well, it's not, it's not off to a great start. That's not what I would expect that to do. I would expect it to move the whole chain. Interesting. Okay, so this is the root bend. Okay, this is not looking great. This just moves the whole chain solidly. That's the leg controller. This, each section just kind of... what? Why would it be like this? So you can rotate... you can't rotate them? Huh. Oh, I'm confused. I wonder if something went wrong or if this is actually how this is supposed to be, because it doesn't seem like it's actually properly rigged. Let's see here. Wait, let me go match to rig. Where is this disconnecting here? So it's 1, 2, so it looks like the third bone isn't like connected or something. Yeah, because these two move together. Or at least when you pull this one, it does. Huh. Oh, I can see how maybe if it was backwards. Oh, I see. So if you rotate that one, it rotates. And that one rotates. And this just moves the whole thing. That's still pretty weird. I don't really know. I mean, for animating, if you flipped it, that would kind of work, right? But it has the issue of, like, you still have to move every segment. It's almost like... Can I add IK here with the tools? Snapchild of... Auto IK? No. What if I do that and then move this? Does that work? No, not really. Huh, that's super strange. I don't know if that's working as intended. Doesn't seem like it is. I wonder if these two became unparented somehow. This one. Let me try to parent them. Because it seems like the other ones are parented. So are they all together now? No, it doesn't seem like it. That's really weird. I don't even know what this would be for. The other one I could kind of guess, like it was like a rope kind of a thing or something. I feel like this one's not actually functioning correctly, but I might still skin it just to see what happens and see if that sheds some light on what it is. But I don't think this is promising. Alright, so let's go ahead and exit pose mode. Turn off that. Let's go ahead and try to skin it. Scale, get rid of this. Split's okay. Alright, let's bind. Well, let's just see what happens. This ought to be good. You Googled it, Darth Alien? Googled what? The Hitman demo or something? Or are you talking about something else I said? Not sure. Okay, let's go to pose mode. Let's see what this does. Oh! Well, that's clearly not good. Wow. Okay, we've got some stretching going on. Interesting. Let's grab this one. Okay, that's definitely not good. So if I grab this one, does it rotate everything? No, it just rotates the next section. Okay, so this might be something like you want... What the heck? Something that you would need a lot of control over, maybe? This just moves that, and then it stretches from there. That seems so arbitrary. I think this is broken somehow. That can't be how it's supposed to work. And this is kind of the same thing. Each section moves and stretches. This one seems to have... Some of them have like these connecting points and others don't. I feel like this is just not working as intended. Yeah, it was a weird one. Okay, so that's not good. Let's get rid of both of these. Oops, guess I can only do one at a time. Alright, and let's see what other options we have. So, oh yeah, there is one other thing I could try, which is tail. Oh, I could also try ears. That might work as well. Because I think you can add as many sections to that as you want. Clothes might be interesting too. Let's try tail for starters. And that's an interesting place for it. I guess because the spine's right there, yeah. Alrighty, so let's go to limb options. 1, 4, okay, pretty simple. 13, master controller at root. Position the tail master controller at the root, first bone. If you don't click that, does it just not give you one, or does it place it at the tail of the tail? That's a question. I'll just leave it as is for now. I'll put 13, and I'm going to start trying to orient this the right way. And let's see what happens. Okay. Where are we at here? Let's move it right there. Is that the one that we want? Yeah, I think it is. Okay. And then let's move the next one down. I mean, if all else fails, I can always go back to using the legs, I guess, and it'll just be kind of clunky, and it won't be each section moving independently. But that's okay. It might be an okay compromise for all the controllers and stuff. We'll see how it feels after. If this doesn't work, and if I can't think of any other potential solution. I feel like I just ate not that long ago. I'm already hungry again. But it was probably actually several hours ago. It just feels like it was just a little while ago. It's because I'm using so much energy, brain energy, trying to figure out this crazy bone systems and rigs. That's what it is. I read something that chess players kept losing weight inexplicably. They did like a study with chess players who, like pro-level chess players who were losing tons of weight for no reason, seemingly. And it turned out that your brain uses so many calories when you do something like play chess, because they're constantly at that level, because they're constantly like trying to recall all these complex strategies and patterns and things, that it was actually just that. They were actually burning tons of calories playing chess because their brain was using all the calories to make calculations and things, which I thought was really interesting. It also shows that 3D artists aren't using our brains that much, because we don't really have that problem, I don't think. At least I certainly don't. So we don't use our brains as much as chess players, I guess. Unfortunately. Darth Eileen says, your art renders are really good. By the way, your DBZ picture looks 3D. Thanks. Someone else told me that it looks 3D too, but I actually painted that one. I don't know why it looks, I don't know what that is. Maybe I look at 3D stuff so much that my paintings are starting to look like 3D. That might not be good. I should do some life painting, kind of straighten that out. I heard people get the same problem if you paint from photos too much. Sometimes your paintings look more like photos than like real life. Maybe that's not such a bad thing. Maybe that's, you know, some people might like that, but I would prefer if they look more real than like 3D. I might have to do something about that. Okay, so I've got this all aligned. Oh wait, not quite. Forgot, I've got to move it over first. Let's move it to the left. I think that's a song lyric, isn't it? Right about there. Okie dokie. And let's go ahead and see if we can parent these. Should be fine. Ooh, what? Uh-oh. Why wouldn't... What? Is it automatically parenting it? Why wouldn't I be able to parent that? That's weird. Uh-oh. Can I parent this one? Ah, frick. It might need to be upside down. Well, let me start with this and just see what happens. Let's match to rig. Let me see how this tail thing is working. Okay, that's not super useful. What? Oh, this is gonna be like a section by section thing. I see. And then this top part is the root controller. Oh, that's not bad. That actually could work. Yeah, that's not terrible. Here, let's... Yeah, that could, in theory, that could work. Very interesting. Can I bend that way? Yeah, you can. Okay. This might be the solution that I was looking for. Okay, so what does this controller do? That's not what I was hoping it would do. I was hoping it would bend like a leg would. It doesn't seem to be doing that. None of these seem to be doing that. Only this one kind of. With this, it's just not what I thought it would be. I wish it had a tip controller option too. Like, can you run IK both ways? Is there like a tool option for that? That sounds crazy even just saying that, so it's probably not possible. Auto IK. Okay, well, it's still promising. It's just the head part is not doing what I want it to. Let me... It wouldn't be beneficial to flip that, would it? No. So is it parented then? I guess it is, because the whole thing moves. Okay. So that's good. I'm gonna try to skin it, I think, just for the hell of it. And also, let me put the other one in there too. Okay. We might be getting somewhere. Can I mirror this? Nope. Can I just duplicate it? Yep. Okay. Oh no, it didn't duplicate it. What? It didn't give me an error either. Interesting. Middle limbs can't be mirrored, but it's not a middle limb. I chose... Oh, I did choose middle. Okay, so let me choose left. Don't update transforms. Okay, so now it's the left, so I should be able to mirror it. Okay, there we go. Cool. And then I think it's already parented, so yeah, might work. Match to rig. Now I've got two, and that still does that. That still does that. All right, let's try to scan it. No, it's usually a good thing Darth Alien says for drawings to look 3D. It means all the lighting is spawned. Oh, okay, that's what you mean. I see. Okay, yeah, that might be good if it's like that kind of thing, for sure. Also, Darth Alien says I'm heading off. Man, see you later. No worries. Catch you on the next one. Yeah, let's see here. I'm gonna try to skin this now. And happy Thanksgiving, Darth Eileen. Eat a lot of food for me. Oh, you said you're doing it on the weekend though, so I'll probably see you again before. Yeah. On another stream. Let's get rid of all these and scale fix is usually a good idea. And bind. Alrighty, let's see what kind of horrors this is gonna give us. I think it'll be less than the other ones. Okay, so for whatever reason it's still not catching those vertices down there, I don't know why. But this is actually kind of working, so if I, other than that I mean, so if I rotate this one I can get a flat foot. And then can I rotate these independently? Yeah. So what I could do is just rotate this one and then give him a start pose like this. Needs to be extended more though. And these get kind of like choppy. It's like there. It's interesting. That could kind of work though for I don't know. I don't love the motion. It's not awful though. And obviously it's skinned a little bit of the head, which I don't want, but that's okay. So if I bend this, what happens if I move this controller now? It just moves the whole thing. Yeah, that's not preferable. I wish it would react so he can like duck down. Maybe the only way I'll get that is with the feet. And this just stretches if you move it. Yeah, it'd be nice if it was a big, long, you know, chain, which is what it should be. It's only a chain from here, though, it looks like. Whoa, that's kind of cool. Look at this, that's nuts. It can spiral. Oh man, that's kind of funny. Oh yeah, because it's a tail, so it would curl up. Yeah, I see why I can do that. What an interesting functionality. Not sure it'll be great for this dude's walk cycle. It could work though. The only thing is I feel like it should go out more. Like this should be able to just extend out. So it'd be more like, you know, you'd have to go on the individual sections and then extend these ones. So it's not that great really in terms of IK. Can you just adjust like the IK? Is there an option for that? Apply layout on your capture. I don't think so. Twist. Okay, let me try and see if I edit the reference bones and then I edit these options, what happens if I add the bendy bones back in like it was at 5? Is that going to be what I think it is? And then I'll leave that there for now. So now how does that function? The rig looks the same. That's still the same. Does each bone have its own bending now? Is that what that is? Oops, that's not what I wanted. No, it looks like each bone is still separate. So I don't know what that is actually. That's still weird. And that doesn't do what you would hope it would do. Nor does this. Or this. I don't know what that is then even. Let's go back to edit, let's see some other options here. I think there was master controller at root, so if I turn that off, do I just get no master controller? Or does it place it at the tail? Oh, I get something else here. It looks like the master controller from before. Does it function like it? Yeah, it functions like it too. So what's the difference? It's still at the root. Is it moving differently than the other one? Let's see. No, they move the same. I feel like this could work though for his legs. But maybe one of the problems is I should have it in the standing position to begin with. That might be an issue. Okay, well, it was fun to play with it. I think I'm going to adjust the mesh so that it's in a standing position to begin with. And then I'm going to try to do this rig again. I'm just going to save this rig and then modify it so that it can have, it'll fit the new standing position. Because I probably should have done that to begin with. I was just afraid of messing up the mesh. Oops, that's not what I wanted. And then turn that down to 1. And then I think that might actually work for his walk cycle. If you started it standing and then this kind of motion, that might actually be okay. And then he could do this on the passing pose. The only issue is not having this react with the rig as it's expected to. That's my only issue. And it'd be nice if you could control at the foot too, like with the leg. But I guess it's either or. So. Maybe it would be better to just go back to the legs because that will give me all that functionality. Well, one thing's for sure, I definitely gotta put him in a standing position for his neutral pose, and after that, we'll see what happens. But it was cool learning more about how AutoRig Pro works, that's for sure. And I'm excited to use that other chain for something in the future, because it seems like that functionality is really cool. There's all kinds of things you could use that for. The hook shot is the first thing that comes to mind, like Link's hook shot, have it wound up in a spiral and just pull it out like that. That'd be really awesome. Alright, well, thanks for tuning in. I'll probably do a stream tomorrow, assuming I'm not too dead after eating Thanksgiving, because my Thanksgiving's tomorrow. But I should be alright. So, if anything, if you don't see me tomorrow streaming, I'll definitely be on the next day. So, signing off, thanks for tuning in, appreciate the support as always, love you all, and goodbye.